I'm Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're taking a look at the KAVU Yorktown, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, click subscribe so we can keep making content to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. The Yorktown is a little 2-for-1 sling here. You got the main bag, nice size little bag here, and then you have this tiny little pouch going with it so you can sort of separate, more organize your accessories and whatnot. It is made with nylon Taslan material, which is water resistant and pretty soft. It's really nice to touch. It has a nice texture. It's very tightly woven. This is the Desert Dusk colorway, and you will see we've got some patchwork colors going on here, but there are other colorways available that are solids, like a solid color, or just an all-over pattern if the whole little patchwork thing isn't your vibe. However, I did like the sort of Desert Dusk to go with the little mountainous KAVU logo here on the patches. It just seemed to really meld really well with the brand. We have unbranded zippers, but they do work really well except for, see, and now sometimes I can get them to do it and sometimes not. They get caught around the corners sometimes, but I think that's a lot to do with, and of course they won't do it for you now on camera, but there's padding on the front and back and also the bottom of all sides of these pouches. And so sometimes it doesn't seem to be as much around the zippers. It's really not that big of a deal. I'm just pointing it out to you that it can happen. The zippers do have these nice paracord pulls, so they're easy to grab. And then the other piece of hardware we have going on here are these gatekeeper clips. And they hold this little pouch in place, and then they're also, say you don't want the pouch, you can just slip her out there and slip it off. I can do this. There we go, slip it off like that. It's really not that difficult. Slip the strap back on, and then boom, you have just a regular little crossbody sling. So this is not the type of sling that can also be worn as a waist pack. It is a crossbody or nothing, basically, which is fine. It works really well as a crossbody, and like I said, you can wear it as a crossbody with the little pouch on or with the little pouch off. This strap extends from, let me check, from 32 to 52 inches. So whether you're on the shorter side like me or you're a little taller, you have plenty of strap to go around to make it hang in a nice place. And then as far as the harness system is concerned, the only other thing to mention is that padding, providing structure and also keeping you from feeling the bag as it bumps up against you. But before we move on, I did want to point out, and it's kind of hard to show you here because I have it all nice and not tangled, but this strap gets tangled like really easily. I don't know, I set it down, it just seemingly does it all on its own. I'm not quite sure why. The little pouch will flip around. This strap in here will sort of twist in the carabiner. So a lot of times when you go to put it on, there's a little bit of adjustment needed before you put it on. So obviously this is a very casual looking bag. It's best suited for being outdoors or going exploring during the day. It's nice because, you know, with this 2-pouch system, you can keep some of your tiny little essentials closer at hand. So much closer than that. I don't know how much closer that is, but it is what it is, and it's very comfortable. I have to say, I wore it all day at my nieces and nephews' rodeo and never had any issues with the strap digging in, anything like that. This is over your left shoulder, I feel is the best way to wear it because everything lays flat. You can put it over your right shoulder, but, and I'm gonna show you here, then if you want the larger pouch to hang at your hip, like is my preference, then you have the little pouch on your back. Or, I mean, you can sort of bring them both like that so you could access them both, but that's just not a look or a feeling that I'm really rocking here. This is a very small sling, of course, so there isn't a whole lot going on around the outside. We have one slip pocket here on the larger bag, and as you can see, it fits easily my iPhone 13. Now mine's a mini, but I did test it with the regular size and they fit as well. So that keeps it very nice and handy, or you can put a notebook there, some gum, whatever, like thin items fit really well there. Just keep in mind there's no fastener at the top here, so anything you put in there has the potential to fall out, so keep that in mind. Obviously, usually when you're carrying this, it's vertical, so gravity is working in your favor. Most of the time stuff's gonna stay in, but just something to mention. Now, moving on to the little pouch. I do love how satisfyingly small it is, but you open it up and the zipper on both of them is sort of this horseshoe zipper that goes partway down the side, and then you open it up and there's organization in this tiny little pouch. We've just got a slip pocket back here, and as you can see, I've got a hair tie, some hairpins, some lip balm, and then it's separated then from my AirPods, but you could put a hand sanitizer in here. Gosh, you could even put like a small piece of fruit. If you had like a clementine, like a mandarin orange or something like that. If you really wanted, you could put it in there. You can see it's like a hand's worth of room in there, but it's just nice to have those little things separate so they're not flopping around in the big bag. Although obviously you can see the big bag is not so big, so if it's not your cup of tea, you can put stuff in here too. So in here, you can, just so you can see, you can fit your phone, I got a notebook, and I've got my sunglasses in here. That you still have a little extra room, but that's sort of what fits really well. And then I'm gonna pull these out so you can see. It's caught on something, there we go. Against the back panel, we have another pocket, and this one is a zipper pocket. And inside I've got my minimalist wallet there. So you could do that. You could maybe do a passport, or you could slide a notebook in there if you have a tiny notebook, some cash, stuff like that. Things you don't want falling out, you want a little more secure, you can put in that zipper pocket. And then, go throughout your day and have everything else you need. So, it's really great if you're going through the airport and you want to use it like as a little bit of a pocket dump, or like I said, like you're gonna be out and about and you don't have a lot of pockets, or you just don't want to weigh down your pockets. It works really well for that. It's super comfortable. The 2-bag look might not be for everybody. It grew on me, but it might not be your cup of tea, but in that case, even if you don't use a little extra pouch, I do like the size of this little sling, so it might work for your use. So there you have it, the KAVU Yorktown. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.